Hello everybody, it's Lisa Brown, Brown Goes Crafting. Well, I decided to make a cute little fall project tonight. We're going to do a little shelf setter. This is a Dollar Tree house. And I'm not for sure exactly where I got this cute little fall napkin, but it is just adorable. I painted the top of it blue to try to match out the same sky that is on the napkin. And then I got a wild hair and decided to paint all of the edges black. And you probably thought I've gone crazy doing this, but we're going to make it look really cute. I painted all the sides black, and then we're going to paint the back out black. And I went ahead and painted the little chimney. And I'm just using Waverly black chalk paint doing this, and I watered it down just a little bit so that it go on a little bit smoother because the paint was just a little bit thick. Next, we're going to dry it real good. And then I'm just going to get some school white glue and use that to crackle with. I put too much on it and had to take a little bit of it off. So I had to find some paper towels real quick and wipe it off as I was going. And this is going to make a really pretty crackle on the back. So we're not leaving it black at all. We're going to have it white with some black undertone. So there we've got our paint on, and watch this crackle. It turns out beautiful. I love crackling stuff, and I like finishing off the back of my projects too. And what a better way than just to crackle the back. That almost looks like wood grain. Then I decided to go ahead and crackle the sides, and I put a little bit of glue on each of the sides around the chimney. And then we put some paint on those, and we started to crackle those. And they didn't have as big a cracks, which is good because it was a small space. I did the back part and the front part of the chimney there. And we're going to dry that. And it gets a fine crackle around the edges of that, which is good because we didn't really want a big crackle around the edges there. We're going to put just a good coat of white Waverly chalk paint on there. And my heat tool gets a little warm, so I kept having to switch sides there. But you can see the side crackled. Now we're doing the bottom. And we get a pretty good crackle there. Oh, that wasn't the, yeah, and this is the side now. So we're going to get this all crackled up, and we're going to have fun on the front part of this. That gave us a little good crackle right there too. Now I went ahead and painted the blue again because I had a little bit of black that seeped over the edges there. So we're painting it a good coat of blue. That's going to be our skyline. Then I took some white chalk paint and tried to pencil in or paint in some clouds there. Shar always said put a little bit of white highlights in there, and I just kind of brushed them out just a little bit to make them look like they're in the background. I think I did a pretty good job considering I don't do clouds very well. So I painted the bottom of it white, and we're going to dry that really good. And now we're going to take our napkin. I wished I would have cut it a little bit bigger because I ended up having to cut a piece off of it to make it extend over my board there, or my house. So now I'm taking off that blue right there because it's just not the right shade of blue that I want. And having that in the window there, it'll make it just look a little bit darker, and it turned out really good. So I kind of trimmed up my edges of my red truck there. And you can see I've got a little bit peeking out of the side there, so I cut a little piece of that off. We're going to glue that on, or Mod Podge it on, and extend our board out just a little bit. So I've got some Mod Podge there, and we're putting it on. We're going to take that little bitty piece and put it up to the side there. And I put a coat of Mod Podge over it. And I wished I would have butted it up together, but I wasn't thinking, and I overlapped it just a little bit. And it's going to leave a little line there, but we're going to camouflage it with some of the dark wax. You see those cute little apples in the back, and that chicken's trying to get it, and two chickens trying to drive the truck. I think this is a really cute fall napkin. I just had to sand off just a tiny bit off the bottom and the side. And I accidentally poked a finger in it, but I'm going to throw some wax on that, and nobody's going to know. So I've got my Waverly dark wax, not my Waverly dark wax, my Bear dark wax. I'm going over the back of the truck to make it look darker, to kind of camouflage that line where I overlapped it. I'm going to put some up there around the edge of the truck, and we're going to make that truck look just a little darker with our dark wax there. I put a little bit around the sides. I hope you guys all like this little short video, and thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to see you guys again. Bye-bye.